This picture on the left is the Samsung file, and on the right is the Nikon file. Take notice all of the images that you're going to see is taken by the Samsung nx300 with pancake lens 30mm f2.0, and while the Nikon is taken by Nikon d300. So they're both using the APS-C sensor. Is the Nikon. It's more contrasty image than the Nikon. Like both are equally sharp. So once again, on the left, this side is the Nikon, and on the right is the Samsung file. On this picture, on the left is the Nikon file. I think it's a bit too overexposed, the Nikon file on this left, and on the right is the Samsung file. So left Nikon, right Samsung. On this picture, or on these images, on the left is the Nikon file, and on the right is the Samsung file. Really close. The Nikon is still really sharp. You see that? But probably it's because it's looks like it's blurry, or it's no, actually it's focusing on the different points. It looks like it's blurry, or it's no, actually it's focusing on the different points. You see on this particular blown up picture, on the left is the Nikon, Samsung file is focusing on the on the middle part, the leaf. It's very sharp. While if you go edges, it's blurred. While the Nikon is sharp over there. On the left is the Nikon once again. The edges are sharp on the leaf. Over here, the Samsung is sharper. Yeah. The left is Nikon. The right is Samsung. So this image, I just blown up the pictures. On the left, again on Nikon, and on the right is Samsung. Yeah, it looks like the Nikon is sharper than I blew it, but it's also because the Samsung is it's bigger, so it's more zoom in. So once again, the focal length of the camera, the lens is not really equal. The Samsung is using 30mm, while the Nikon is using 35mm. So there's a difference there. Yeah. And again, on the left here is the Nikon. Left is Nikon, and on the right is Samsung. Here also the left is the Nikon file, and on the right is the Samsung file. Left is Nikon, right is Samsung. Again on this image, on the left is the Nikon file, and on the right is the Samsung. Let me just blow this up, see if it's really can get really close to the resolution here. This is on the left again is the Nikon. It's surprised, looks down. The Samsung is clearer. I think it's just more detail. I think it's obvious because the Samsung has 20 megapixel actually, so it's more high resolution, while the Nikon d300 is only 12 megapixels. It's almost like half the resolution. The left is the Nikon and right is the Samsung. Almost done. So left is Nikon over here, file, and the right again is Samsung. On the right here is more than the Nikon file on the left, which I like it better, the Samsung file. On this particular image, I think it's more punchy color. On this particular image, the left is still the Nikon and the right is the Samsung. Again, the Samsung has more punchy color on this particular image. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. And sometimes the Nikon file has more contrasty or more punchy to me. But it seems to me so far on the image, so far Samsung has slightly more punchier image in general, I think. I don't know why. On the left is the Nikon file again. So left is Nikon, and on the right here is the Samsung. Right, Samsung, and left is the Nikon file. This image too, on the left is the Nikon, and on the right is the Samsung file. So left is the Nikon, and on the right is the Samsung file. On this image, on the left is the Nikon, and on the right is the Samsung file. Left Nikon, right Samsung file. On this image, on the left is the Nikon file, and on the right is the Samsung file. Left Nikon and right is Samsung. On this image, on the left here is the Nikon file, and on the right is the Samsung file. Left Nikon and right is Samsung. What do you think, guys?